the part 2 vocabulary section. And this vocabulary was taken from page 16 to 17 from the scenario 1. So the first word is interpreter. And can the whole class repeat after me? Interpreter.
Interpreter.
Yes, it is someone whose job is to change what someone else is saying to another language. For example, I'm looking to book an interpreter for my company's meeting. And can you repeat the sentence after me? I'm looking to book an interpreter for my company's meeting.
I'm looking to book an interpreter for my company's meeting.
Okay, thank you. And the next word, candidate.
Candidate.
Yes, it is a person who is competing to get a job or elected position. For example, we do have some candidates with the necessary qualifications. And can you repeat the sentence?
We do have some candidates with the necessary qualifications.
Yes, thank you. And the next word, downtown.
Downtown.
It is in or through the central part of the city. For example, the meeting will be held at the Crown Hotel downtown. And can you repeat the sentence?
The meeting will be held at the Crown Hotel downtown.
Okay, thank you.
And are you ready to start officially?
Yes.
Okay.
所以等等我就跳过这个 part 是吧？
没有，你要 repeat。
哦，有在录。
The whole group, please start officially. Good afternoon, everyone. We are group 3.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Liang from group number 3. And today our group will be giving presentation for unit number 2. The topic is about pre-meeting arrangement. But before I start, I would like to introduce my group members. Zhu Jiayong and Zhang Yihua. And Zhang Yihua is our group leader.
Okay, let's welcome.
So to start up, let's see the table. Let's see the contents for today. For me, I will be in charge for the warming up session, the vocabulary, the scenario 1, and preposition exercise. Zhu Jiayong will be in charge for discussion questions and activity 1. And Zhang Yihua
Sorry to
will-
interrupt, but during a meeting, you need to display eye contact. I would suppose that you have learned that in your speech course last year. So try to display eye contact. You don't need to memorize them.
Okay, for Zhang Yihua, you will be in charge for the high and low context culture,
Good.
the conclusion,
Good.
and then references,
Excellent.
inside story, and job assignment.
Good.
Then after the whole presentation, we'll take a 10 minutes job break.
Very good.
Then after that, we'll come back for the comments time, feedback, and then finally we'll choose the best commentators.
Good.
Now, without further ado, let's begin our presentation now.
Good.
The first part, warming up.
And the other two, could you step back? Because now it's his floor.
So now, please turn to your page or your textbook, page 16. Here it talks about what makes a good interpreter. There are 3 parts. The first one, a good interpreter must always never be at loss for words, meaning we shouldn't be speechless and we have to get ready every moment to speak up. Secondly, a good interpreter must be aware of the latest development in the current affair. That is, you need to keep yourself up to date of what the latest happening around the world. And finally, a good interpreter must constantly maintain, if not improve, his or her language proficiency. That is, you need to keep learning and improve your language ability. Now we'll go to the part 2, vocabulary. Here the first word I chosen is interpreter. Interpreter. And can you repeat after me? Interpreter.
Interpreter.
Yes, it is a person whose job is to change what someone else is saying into another language. For example, I'm looking to book an interpreter for the company's meeting. And
Yeah.
can you repeat the sentence?
I am looking to book an interpreter for my company's meeting.
Yes, very good, thank you. The next word, candidate.
Candidate.
It is a person who is competing to get a job or an elected position. For example, we do have some candidates with the necessary qualifications.
We do have some candidates with the necessary qualifications.
Thank you. And the next word, downtown. It is in or to the central part of the city. For example, the meeting will be held at the Crown Hotel downtown.
The meeting will be held at the Crown Hotel downtown.
Yes, thank you. Now we'll move on to the scenario 1. That is on page 16 to 17. And it is a dialogue conversation between Zhu Jiayong and me. And the topic is about interpreter arrangement.
This is BNP International. How may I help you?
Yes, I'm looking to book an interpreter for my company's meeting.
Sure. May I have more detail, please?
We are expecting guests from Italy and France. The meeting will be held in English.
Does that mean you need interpreter for both Italian and French?
Actually, I have French taken care of. We will need an interpreter for Italian.
Certainly. What is the price and duration of the meeting? And do you have a budget?
It will be held at the Crown Hotel downtown, and we can pay $200 for a full day's work.
And would you prefer an interpreter with a particular field of expertise?
It would be better if our interpreter knew a thing or two about tourism.
I see. We will look for a local interpreter for you first. If we cannot find one, would you be willing to cover the travel expenses?
We would prefer someone from the area. As for travel expenses, it depends on how much it comes to.
I understand. Well, we do have some candidates with the necessary qualification, but I will need to get in touch with them. Can I have your contact information, please?
Oh yes, I'm calling from KS Global, last name Liang.
Oh, and Mr. Liang, we will contact the suitable candidates and then help you set up an interview with them.
That would be great.
And once you have decided on one, we will negotiate the terms and send you an invoice.
Okay, please contact me as soon as you find someone. I will email you our mail address too.
All right, thank you for your call.
And that's the end of the dialogue conversation. And from that passage, we have picked up some preposition exercises. So now for the exercise, can I have Guo Yanting to answer question number 1? What do you think the answer should be filled in?
The first answer is 2.
2. Yes, it's to book. I'm looking to book an interpreter for my company's meeting. And can you repeat the sentence?
Yes. I am looking to book an interpreter for my company's meeting.
Yes, thank you. For question number 2, can I have Liang Gaoming? Is he here? No. Can I have Zhang Longten? Can you fill up the blank for number 2 question? In English, yes. The meeting will be held in English. And can you repeat the sentence? Yes, thank you. For question number 3, can I have Wang Shenling?
Yes, the answer is off and 4.
Yes, taken care of and for Italian. So the whole complete sentence is actually I have French taken care of. We will need an interpreter for Italian. And can you repeat the sentence?
Yes, actually I have French taken care of. We will need an interpreter for Italian.
Yes, thank you. For question number 4, can I have Tu Yuchen?
Yes.
Hey, can you fill up the blank for number 4?
Number 4 is at.
Yes, at the Crown Hotel. It will be held at the Crown Hotel downtown. And can you repeat the sentence?
It will be held at Crown Hotel downtown.
Yes, thank you. For the 5th question, can I have Zhong Xing Wei?
I can 4.
Yes, for a full day's work. So the whole complete sentence is we can pay $200 for a full day's work. And can you repeat that?
We can pay $200 for a full day's work.
Yes, thank you. And for the last question, can I have Yang Jingwen?
The answer is 4.
Yes, for a local. We will look for a local interpreter for you first. And can you repeat that?
We will look for the interpreter.
Yes, thank you. So today I have complete my presentation, and today I have covered up the warming up session, the vocabulary, the scenario one, and finally the preposition exercise. And now I would like to give the floor to my group member Zhu Jiayong to complete the following section. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the floor. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zhu Jiayong, and now let us take a look at the part of this discussion questions. The first question is, what are some key elements that may be needed on the checklist for a meeting? Here, we list 7 key elements on it. The first one is identify purpose of meeting. The second one is prepare an agenda. The third one is select participants. The fourth one is decide the value. The fifth one, send invitation to participants and confirm the arrival of the participants. And the final one is prepare printed handout or drafted presentation if necessary. For the first one, identify purpose of meeting. Of course, you need to know the purpose of meeting, or else why you need to hold your meeting. And the second one is prepare an agenda. After you know what you need to do for a meeting, then you need to know what should you do for the step by step. So you need to make an agenda. The third one is select participant. Every meeting have their own goal, every meeting will have some topics like the medical or the company meeting. So you need to select the right choice or select the right person to join your meeting. And the fourth one, decide the value. You need to find a place to hold your meeting. After that, when you finish all the choice like the place or the topic, you need to send the invitation to your audience. And then confirm the arrival of the participant. Why? Because you need to prepare some notes to your participant. So you need to know how many people will come to your meeting. And then you need to confirm the arrival of the participant. Finally, prepare printed handout or draft a presentation if necessary. I think this one is for yourself, also is for the audience. But for the part of yourself, you need to, because for the meeting, you need to memorize all the things. But sometimes you don't have much time. So you need to have the printed handout or draft the presentation to memorize it or to remind yourself. And for your audience, you need to prepare the printed handouts or draft the presentation to your audience. Like sometimes you need to have some meeting to your audience, but your audience is not have enough time to listen. So you need to prepare once today. Next question, what steps can one take to ensure that a meeting runs as smoothly as possible? Here we have 5 steps to ensure a smooth meeting. The first one is make your objective clear. Second one, consider who is invited. The third one, open the meeting with positive round. And use time wisely. Finally, and the most important is follow up the meeting. For the first one, make your objective clear. You need to know what you need to do or what you need to talk in your meeting. So you need to make your objective clear, or else you will talk something not necessary in your meeting. And your meeting will not be smooth. And the second one, consider who is invited. As I mentioned before, every meeting have their own topics, like the medical or the company. So you need to consider who is invited, or else you don't want someone who don't know the topic or the types of meeting and join your meeting, right? And the third one, open the meeting with positive round. Because some kind of meeting you may want to discuss for a result, like you want to discuss the next season of your company, how it work or something. So you need to open the meeting with positive round, and then you will have a smooth meeting. The fourth one, use time wisely. Don't talk too much not necessary in your meeting, then you will have the smooth meeting. And the final one, follow up the meeting. Why I said this one is the most important, because if you don't know everything or every step in your meeting, then you will not have the smooth meeting when you want to present or you want to have a discuss on the meeting, right? Now, let us move on to the activity one. An interpreter plays an essential role in an international meeting where people with different linguistic and cultural backgrounds need to comprehend the topics being discussed. Here, we have two different contexts. The first one is company meeting, and the second one is medical conference. For the company meeting, I choose two special requests for the interpretation. The first point is the interpreter should be cultural competence. For example, when dealing with Western culture, usually they appreciate direct truthfulness in a business setting. And the second point is the interpreter should possess bilingualism and literacy language proficiently. You need to know your language, what you need to translate in your meeting, right? And the second one is the medical conference. For the medical conference, of course, you need to have these two special requests. But one thing you need to remember is the interpreter should have knowledge base on the types of meetings, such as disease, medicine, or other requirement. Now I finished my part, and you all know about what you need to do when you want to prepare a meeting. Also, the different types of meeting, what you need to care of. And now, my partner, I will give the floor to my partner Zhang Yihua to help us talk about the high and low context culture. Thank you.
Thanks for giving me the floor. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eagle, and my name is Zhang Yihua. And the rest part, I'm going to tell you about high and low context culture. So in the rest part, the first one is, I will show you a video about high and low context culture. So let's play the video first.
The smart is present.
If you have ever traveled to another country, you may have noticed that people communicate or behave differently. One reason could be that your home country and the country you're traveling to belong to different cultures. There are high context cultures and low context cultures. Germany, as you can see on the graph, has the lowest context culture in the world. As you know, Germans are famous for being very direct. Also, Polish people are rather direct. On the contrary, Italy and Spain are rather high context cultures. That means indirect communication like non-verbal clues or unwritten rules are much more important. Also, certain words have hidden meanings. Look at these examples.
Hi, how are you? Come and join us. Hi, we are fine, thank you. We were just talking about what to do on the weekend. Would somebody like to do something?
What do you think about going to the cinema?
Yeah, it's a perfect idea. I heard about a new movie on Saturday. Come on.
Yes, Saturday is perfect.
Maybe I'll write you again. Maybe. We will see.
See you on Saturday then.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Did you notice how long it takes people to organize a meeting depending on their culture and how the meaning of maybe differs? Take that into account when traveling and pay attention to such details because there are lots of examples like this.
Okay, after finishing the video, I think you will get the sense of the high and low context culture. Then I'm going to tell you about what the different high and low culture difference. The first one is high context culture. It will maybe happen at Japan, Arab, Taiwan, Latin America. And they always use indirect communication, nonverbal cues, tone, and context to talk with you. Another one is they will use a particular choice of words to maintain polite speech and avoid offending the receiver upon turning down a request. So it is the high context culture that will use the indirect things to talk to you. Another way is about low context culture. A low context culture will include the city such as Italy, Australia, USA, England, or Germany. They will use direct ways to talk to you and just give a certainty way. Simply say no to request. This is difference about high and low, the culture difference. So let me tell you, this is the end about high and low context culture. Then I would like to tell you to make a conclusion. Today we learn about lots of vocabulary such as interpreter, downtown, candidate, and you know how to use the checklist of meaning and how to use a suitable preposition. Last one, you know how to make a smoothly meeting to make a meeting influencing. This is we learned today, and you will learn the difference about high and low cultures difference. This is our meeting today. Then I will give you a reference. In our references, we use such as lots of websites to use to make a meeting today, and this is our website. We use the reference. So let me tell you about our job assignment. First one is Liang preparing warming up, vocabulary, scenario 1, and preposition exercise, and we use PPT design. And another, Zhu Jiayong prepare scenario 1, discussion and questions, activity 1, PPT design, and proofread. The last one is me, Zhang Yihua, and I prepare high and low context culture, conclusion, references, inside story, and job assignment. This is our job assignment to divide. Okay, let me tell you about our inside story. Because about the big virus, we have to use a long time to stay at home. So in the first time we have to prepare the meeting, we use online to check what we need to prepare and what we need to do a PPT or how to make a PPT design. Then as the virus is coming down, we select a restaurant, like in Yilu, in Wufeng. We prepare a design and we know how to say influencing in our meeting. So we choose a restaurant to check our textbook, and we know how to make our meeting influencing. As last one, we will have the online meeting. We just checked we made a rehearsal to make our meeting influencing and let everyone know what we need to do today and make the points clearly. These are preparation for our Insta story. So it's come to break time. I will give you a 10 minutes break. We will back at 2:10. Thanks.